Chapter 3 Kinship Organization of the Northern Zone. The present. The Northern Zone comprises that part of India which lies between the Himalayas to the north and the Vindhyan ranges to the south. Linguistically, it is the northern half of the language area where languages derived from the Sanskrit are spoken by a large majority of people. The state's administrative units included in this area from west to east are Sindh, now a part of West Pakistan, the Punjab, West Punjab is now part of West Pakistan, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, part of Vindhya Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal, Assam, and the independent kingdom of Nepal. The languages spoken are Sindhi, Punjabi, Hindi, Bihari, Bengali, Assami, and Nepali. In the northern portions of Uttar Pradesh, the people of the Himalayan foothills speak Pahari, which differs slightly from Hindi. These linguistic regions differ from one another in many aspects of social organization and culture. Sindh and the Punjab are regions on the northwestern frontiers of India and had to face many foreign invasions and came in contact with outside cultures. In Sindh, the Hindu society was represented only by two main classes, the Brahmins, a very unimportant minority in the trading castes of Amil and Bhaiband. Most of the other castes of agriculturists, artisans, and village servants became Muslim converts in Sindh. It would be interesting to find out how far they have changed the old kinship structure after conversion, but the present study is not concerned with that problem. Sindh before partition showed certain peculiarities as regards marriage customs. A large number of girls remained unmarried in Sindh because the dowry demanded by the groom's people was exorbitant. While Sindh represents culturally a province which succumbed in a large measure to the proselytizing pressure of the Muslims, the Punjab represents a province where the struggle between religions, cultures, and communities was bitter and undecided. The Kushans, the Bactrians, and Shakas in their turn passed into India through this province and founded kingdoms and empires. These earlier immigrants were Hinduized and took up Indian languages, but the Muslims remained to a large extent an unassimilated element and evoked retaliation in the Hindu population. The religion of the Sikhs is a type of militant Hinduism which fought with the Muslims on political and cultural grounds while taking some of the features of their religion. Western Punjab was predominantly Muslim and is now incorporated into the new state of Pakistan. Eastern Punjab is Sikh and Hindu, and what was formerly a three cornered fight has now become a struggle between the Sikhs and his Hindus for political supremacy. The Sikhs have, in principle, no caste structure, though social classes on caste lines do exist. They follow most of the Hindu customs as regards marriage and family organization. Among the Hindus, there are the usual types of castes. The Brahmins are a minority. The ch3 are also a minority but represent an enterprising section of population formerly engaged in trade and now taking to professions also. The Brahma Kshatriya of Gujarat sorry the the Brahma Kshatriya of Gujarat, the Khatri of Bombay, the Brahma Kshatriya of Hyderabad Deccan are very probably branches of the same community. The Jats, both Hindu and Sikh sections, are very hard-working peasant proprietors. Gujars represent a once powerful tribe of Asiatic conquerors now settled in agricultural pursuits. Besides these, there are small artisan and depressed castes. There is a substantial minority of Rajputs in the Punjab as also in the UP and Bihar. These Rajputs have a clan organization which will be described later. It is probably due to the predominant position of Rajputs in medieval India that other sections of society have tried to imitate their clan structure. UP, though governed by Muslim rulers for over 600 years, represents a province which is culturally the stronghold of Hindu orthodoxy. Mathura, the city sacred to Sri Krishna, is on its western boundary. Ayodhya or Audh, the city of Sri Rama, is on its eastern boundary. In its Himalayan districts of the north are situated Kedareshwar and Badrinath, shrines of Shiva and Vishnu, and its heart is Kashi, Banaras, which is the most sacred place of pilgrimage for all Hindus. The distribution of castes in many regions is affected by this fact. In the villages near the sacred places, there are always a great number of Brahmins. Near Prayaga or Allahabad, where thousands of people go every year to retrieve the ashes of their dead in the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna, the villages are full of the Malla caste, who are hereditary boatmen, and of Mahabrahmans, who are a subsect of Brahmins of a rather low status, who officiate at funerary rites. Halwai, the caste of sweetmeat vendors, is also very important and necessary near all the temple cities. They sell sweetmeats and also some types of foods eaten by all castes. The most advanced castes of this region, from the point of view of the English education, are the Kayasthas and Kashmiri Brahmins. They, however, speak and write Urdu, have taken up many Muslim customs, and generally do not share the cultural and religious life of this region. The Kayastha is a very interesting community. It is first mentioned in Sanskrit literature a little after this Christian era. Its members became famous as hereditary writers, accountants, and revenue officers. They are predominantly found in Bihar, Bengal, and Orissa. The Kayastha of Maharashtra as well as of Gujarat are probably a branch of the northern Kayasthas. They were very closely connected with the Mughal court, and some Delhi Kayasthas in their marriage ceremonial follow Muslim customs. They have taken to English education and have distinguished themselves as lawyers, doctors, engineers, educationists, and men of literature and science. The rest of the Hindu population is very orthodox. The majority is illiterate but can recite from the Ramayana of Tulsidas, and the women they know by heart hundreds of devotional songs and stories. It would be very interesting to study the mode of transmission of cultural traits in this mass of people. A peculiarity of UP is the enormous number of people who are called Dom or Chamar. According to their hereditary occupation, they are workers in leather, but they are also landless laborers on fields. They form quite 40% of the whole population. Koiri, Dusat, Dhanak are other castes engaged in agricultural work. The Gwals are cowherds and enjoy a higher status. Bihar, in many respects, is a continuation of UP. At the present day, it is also Orthodox Hindu in its outlook. It is the land in which all the schisms in Hinduism originated. While the Punjab and UP are lands best known to the Vedic and Puranic tradition, Bihar became the center of Renaissance Brahmanism in the post Puranic period. Bihar is made up of two ancient kingdoms. The part lying to the north of the river Ganga was the ancient Videha, a land famed for its philosophical and religious kings, and the land of the best beloved figure of antiquity, the Princess Sita, wife of Sri Rama. The land to the south of Ganga was the land of ancient Magadha outside the pale of Orthodox Brahmanism. Even today, in the popular mind, the distinction remains. Patna, the capital of Bihar, is situated on the south bank of Ganga and is the site of the famous city of Pataliputra, the capital of Chandragupta Maurya. I had the occasion to cross the river to go to North Bihar for anthropological work and was surprised to find crowds crossing the river in all types of river craft. On inquiry, I was told that it was a sacred day and people were going to the northern side to have a dip in the holy river. I inquired further in astonishment as to why the people did not bathe at Patna, which is right on the Ganga, and had beautiful bathing places. In accents full of pity for my ignorance, My informant told me that the southern bank was the cursed land of Magadha, and no religious merit could be got if one bathed in Magadha, and so thousands of people were crossing over to the other bank. Old traditions die hard or not at all in India. Indians are said to have no historical sense and have not left neat historical records, but they live all their history with all its complications, sublimely unconscious of any lack of logic in their behavior. Bihar is also the land in which non Aryan primitive people must have been taken into Hinduism, while a large number remain today as jungle tribes. It has the usual complement of Hindu castes. Bengal and Assam are situated on the northeastern frontier of India. The people speaking Sanskritic languages reached Bengal very late, but it became a stronghold of Orthodox Hinduism in the medieval and modern times. During the rise and spread of Buddhism in India, Bengal became well known for its ports and sea trade. In the post Buddhic period, Kalidasa mentions the Anga, a kingdom in Bengal, as equipped with boats. The Bengali population speaking Bengali language, except for the Santals in the west, appears as a solid block of people speaking a Sanskritic language wedged in between very numerous tribal people speaking Austro-Asiatic and Tibeto-Burman languages. Underneath this linguistic unity may be hidden cultural traits of diverse ethnic origins. As regards kinship organization and kinship behavior, it seems to be fairly uniform among the Bengal castes. The investigation is complicated by the fact that almost half of the people speaking the Bengali language have been converted to Islam. The relative numerical strength of the various castes among the Hindus is very peculiar in this region. The Brahmin and Kayastha population in UP, Bihar, and Orissa is between 7 and 10% of the Hindu population. In the whole of Bengal, it is 14%. In East Bengal, the proportion goes up to over 50% in certain districts. The Kayastha are a small minority in all other regions, less than 2%, while in Bengal they are from 6% to 28% in different districts. This predominance of higher literate castes gives a certain uniformity to Bengali kinship usages. Widow remarriage, which is prevalent in the lower castes in the other regions, is almost unknown in Bengal. In other regions, the influence of the lower castes in forming the kinship pattern is great, while in Bengal it is negligible. The picture of the Hindu population is analogous to that in Sindh. In Sindh, the Hindus gradually lost their script and used the Urdu script to write a Sanskritic language. In Bengal, both the Hindus and Muslims spoke and wrote Bengali, and Bengali Muslims have a very large share in the creation of Bengali literature. What happened to the tribal populations in Bengal is a question of great interest to cultural anthropologists. Bengal is a rice cultivating region. Did the cultivators represent the ancient tribal people and were they completely taken up as lower strata into the Hindu caste system? The lower castes were the people converted later to Islam. Have they retained any of their Hindu or tribal practices after conversion? These are problems awaiting investigation. Many folk festivals in Bengal seem to have analogies with the festivals of the tribal people, but to my knowledge, no one has yet investigated the kinship organization of these people. It is probable that one may find traces of tribal practices among them. In this book, the kinship terms as used in Bengali are given, and the kinship practices wherever referred to are those of the higher castes. They show that Bengal conforms to the pattern of the other regions in this zone. The Assami kinship terms and practices are like those in Bengal, but besides the Hindu population, Assam has a large number of primitive tribes who follow to a considerable extent their own tribal pattern of kinship behavior and who speak their tribal languages. The kinship organization of one tribe is described in the sketch given for the eastern zone. Orissa is also a land divided between primitive non Aryan populations and the Hindus. The Hindu social structure is like that of Bengal and Bihar. Orissa is dealt with later. A comparison and explanation of the various kinship terms used in the linguistic regions of the northern zone is very helpful towards the understanding of the pattern of behavior and the kinship structure. The kinship terms in various languages as collected from the people in different regions are given in the accompanying tables A and B. Okay, table A. Column 1 is the ego and nature of relationship. Column 2 is Sindhi. Column 3 is Punjabi. Column 4 Hindi. Column 5 is Pahari. Number 1. Number 1, father. In Sindhi, it is Babo or Piyu. In Punjabi, Babal, Baba, Bap, Piti. In Hindi, Pita, Bapa, Babu. In Pahari, Baba, Baju, Babju. Number 2, father's father. In Sindhi, Dado. In Punjabi, Dada. In Hindi, Dada, Baba. In Pahari, Bubu Nana. Number 3, father's father's father. In Sindhi, Pardado. In Punjabi, Pardada. In Hindi, Pardada. In Pahari, not given. Number 4, mother's father. In Sindhi, Nano. In Punjabi, Nana. In Hindi, Nana. In Pahari, Dubu Dada. Number 5, mother's father's father. In Sindhi, Parnano. In Punjabi, Parnana. In Hindi, Parnana. Not given in Pahari. Number 6, father's brother. Not given in Sindhi. In Punjabi, Patriya. In Hindi, Pitya. Not given in Pahari. Elder brother of father. In Sindhi, Babo. In Punjabi, Taiya. In Hindi, Tati. Sorry. In Hindi, Tau. In Pahari, Barabap, Tulbap, Baju. Younger brother of father. In Sindhi, Chacho. In Punjabi, Chacha. In Hindi, Chacha or Kaka. In Pahari, Kaka. I think it's also probably Kaka. Number 7, mother's brother. In Sindhi, Mamo. In Punjabi, Mama, Manwan. In Hindi, Mama, Mamu. In Pahari, Mama. Number 8, mother. In Sindhi, Ma, Mai, Ai, Ama. In Punjabi, Ma, Mai, Amri. In Hindi, Ma, Mata, Mai. In Pahari, Iya. Number 9, mother's mother. In Sindhi, Nani. In Punjabi, Nani. In Hindi, Nani. Not given in Pahari. Number 10, mother's father's mother. In Sindhi, Parnani. In Punjabi, Parnani. In Hindi, Parnani. Not given in Pahari. Number 11, father's mother. In Sindhi, Dadi. In Punjabi, Dadi. In Hindi, Dadi. In Pahari, Ama. Number 12, father's mother. In Sindhi, Pardadi. In Punjabi, Pardadi. In Hindi, Pardadi. In Pahari, not given. Number 13, father's sister. In Sindhi, Pufi. In Punjabi, Bua, Pufi. In Hindi, Pufi, Fufu, Fua, Bua. In Pahari, Didi, Fufi. Elder sister of father, not given in Sindhi, Punjabi and Hindi. Is it not given or the same? I guess it's probably the same. Younger sister of father is also the same in Sindhi, Punjabi and Hindi, not given in Pahari. Number 14, mother's sister. In Sindhi, Masi. In Punjabi, Massi, Kala. In Hindi, Masi, Main, Mausi, Kala. In Pahari, Jetia when she is elder, Kainta when younger. So elder sister of mother is the same in Sindhi, Punjabi and Hindi, whereas elder sister is Jetia in Pahari. Younger sister of mother is Kainta. Number 15, brother. In Sindhi, Bhai, Bhau. In Punjabi, Bhai, Bhaiya, Bir, Majaya. In Hindi, Bhai, Bir. Not given in Pahari. Elder brother is Dado in Sindhi. Same as general brother in Punjabi and Hindi. Whereas Dada, Daju in Pahari. Younger brother is not given in Sindhi. Bir in Punjabi. Bhai and Bir in Hindi. And something was given which is erased for Pahari. The line is indistinct, unfortunately. Number 16, father's brother's son. In Sindhi, it is Sauto. In Punjabi, it is Patrer Bhai. In Hindi, it is Chachera Bhai. And in Pahari, if the son of father's brother is older than ego, he is Dada. If younger, then Bhai. Whereas the words are the same as for both older and younger in all the other three languages, Sindhi, Punjabi and Hindi. Number 17, father's sister's son. In Sindhi, it is Fufatu. In Punjabi, it is Fuppera Bhai. In Hindi, it is Fufera Bhai. Not given in Pahari. When the father, sister, son is older than ego, the term is the same in both the three languages of Sindhi, Punjabi and Hindi, whereas it is Dada in Pahari. When younger than ego, also the same in three languages, while it is bhai in Pahari. Number 18, mother's brother's son is Marotu. Marotu in Sindhi, Maler Bhai in Punjabi, Mamera Bhai in Hindi, and Bhai in Pahari. When mother's brother's son is older than ego, the term is the same in Sindhi, Punjabi, and Hindi, but it is Dada in Pahari. When the mother's brother's son is younger than ego, the term is the same in Sindhi, Punjabi, and Hindi, but it is Bhai in Pahari. Number 19, mother's sister's son. In Sindhi, it is Masatu. In Punjabi, it is Masera Bhai. In Hindi, it is Mausera Bhai or Khalajad Bhai. And in Pahari, it is simple Bhai. When mother's sister's son is older than ego, the term is same in Sindhi, Punjabi, and Hindi, while in Pahari, it is Dada. When the mother's sister's son is younger than ego, it is the same in Sindhi, Punjabi, and Hindi, and in Pahari, it is Bhai. Number 20, sister, Bhain in Sindhi, in Punjabi, Bhain or Bhain, Diyahni, and Manjai. In Hindi, Bahan or Bahin, not given in Pahari. Elder sister is Dadi in Sindhi, the same as general sister in Punjabi, Jiji in Hindi, Didi in Pahari. Younger sister is not given in Sindhi, Punjabi, and Hindi, Bahin in Pahari. Number 21, father's brother's daughter is Sauti in Sindhi, in Punjabi, Patreri Bhain, in Hindi it is Chacheri Bahan, not given in Pahari. When father's brother's daughter is older than ego, the term is same or not given as in Sindhi and Punjabi, not given in Hindi, but in Pahari it is Didi. When father's brother's daughter is younger than ego, same as general sister term in Sindhi and Punjabi, while not given in Hindi, and is Bahan in Pahari. Number 22, father's sister's daughter is Pufati in Sindhi, Puferi Bhain in Punjabi, Puferi Bahan in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Father's sister's daughter, when older than ego, is the same in Sindhi and Punjabi, not given in Hindi. In Sindhi, it is Didi. When father's sister's daughter is younger than ego, she is called Pufati and Pufe in Sindhi, Punjabi Patreri Bahan, and not given in Hindi, and Bahan in Pahari. Number 22, father's sister's daughter is called, 22 is finished. Number 23, mother's brother's daughter. When mother's brother's daughter is Maroti in Sindhi, Maler Bhain in Punjabi, Mameri Bahan in Hindi, not given in Pahari. When mother's brother's daughter is older than ego, the same in Sindhi and Punjabi, whereas in Hindi, not given. In Pahari, it is Didi. When mother's brother's daughter is younger than ego, she is called Maroti in Sindhi, Maler Bahan in Punjabi, not given in Hindi, and Behen in Pahari. Number 24, mother's sister's daughter is called Masati in Sindhi, Maser Bhan in Punjabi. In Hindi, Mauseri Bahan or Kalajad Bahan. Sorry, okay. Not given in Pahari. When mother's sister's daughter is older than ego, she is Masati in Sindhi, Maser Bhan in Punjabi, not given in Hindi, and Didi in Pahari. When mother's sister's daughter is younger than ego, she is Masati in Sindhi, Maser Bhan in Punjabi, not given in Hindi, and in Pahari, Behin. Number 25, sister, Putu in Sindhi, Beta, Larka, Put in Punjabi, Putra, Larka, Beta in Hindi, Chela in Pahari. That is number 25, son. Number 25, son is Putu in Sindhi. In Punjabi, Beta, Larka, Put. In Hindi, Putra, Larka, Beta. In Pahari, Chela. Number 26, brother's son. When a man is speaking, is Bhaityo in Sindhi, Bhatija, Bhatia, and Bhatrija. In Punjabi, Bhatija in Hindi, and in Pahari, Chela and Bhatija. Number 27, brother's son. When a woman is speaking, Bhatyo in Sindhi, Bhatija, Bhatia, and Bhatrija in Punjabi, Bhatija in Hindi, Bhatija in Pahari also. Number 28, sister's son. When a man is speaking, in Sindhi, Bhanitu, Banijo, Banejo. In Punjabi, Bhaneja, Bhanevan. In Hindi, Bhanja. In Pahari, Bhanej. Number 29, sister's son. When woman is speaking, Bhanitu, Bhanijo, Bhanejo. In Punjabi, Bhaneja, Bhanevan. In Hindi, Bhanja, Bhanej. In number 30, son's son. Poto in Sindhi, Pot, Potra, Pota. In Punjabi, Pota. In Hindi, Nati. In Pahari. Number 31, son's son's son. Parpoto in Sindhi, Parpota and Parpotra in Punjabi, Parpota in Hindi, not given in Pahari, or the same as in Pahari. Number 32, daughter's son, Dohito, Doto in Sindhi. In Punjabi, Dotra, Dohatpot, Janetu. In Hindi, Dohita, Navasa, Nati. Nati in Pahari also. Number 33, daughter's son's son, Pardoto in Sindhi, Pardhotra in Punjabi, Dohita, Navasa and Nati in Hindi. Nati in Pahari also. Number 34, daughter, Dhiyu, Diya, Nani, Nyani in Sindhi, Dhi, Diyaham, Beti, Ladki in Punjabi. In Hindi, Dhi, Diya, Beti, Ladki, Putri. In Pahari, Cheli. In number 35, brother's daughter. When a man is speaking, in Sindhi, Bhaiti. In Punjabi, Bhatiji, Bhatriji. In Hindi, Bhatiji. In Pahari, Bhatiji. Number 36, brother's daughter. When a woman is speaking, Bhaiti in Sindhi. In Punjabi, Bhatiji, Bhatriji. In Hindi, Bhatiji. In Pahari also, Bhatiji. Number 37, sister's daughter. When a man is speaking, Baniji in Sindhi, in Punjabi, Bhaneji, Bhanevin, in Hindi, Bhanji, in Pahari also Bhanji. Number 38, sister's daughter when a woman is speaking. Bhaniji in Sindhi, in Punjabi, Baneji or Bhanevin, in Hindi, Bhanji, in Pahari also Bhanji. Number 39, daughter's daughter. Dohiti, Dhoti in Sindhi, in Punjabi, Dohitri, Dhoti, in Hindi, Dohiti, Nathan, in Pahari not given. Number 40, daughter's daughter. In Sindhi, Pardohiti, Pardohiti. In Punjabi, Pardohiti. In Hindi, Pardohiti, not given in Pahari. Number 41, son's daughter. Poti in Sindhi, Poti in Punjabi, Poti in Hindi also, not given in Pahari. Number 42, son's daughter. Parpoti in Punjabi, Parpoti in Sindhi, Parpoti in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Number 43, father's sister's husband. Puppar and Puppadu in Sindhi, Puppa, Puppar in Punjabi, and in Hindi, Fufa, and in Pahari, Fufa. Number 44, husband's father. Sahuro in Sindhi, Sahura, Sasur, Sahura in Punjabi, Sasura in Hindi, Sasur, Mama in Pahari. Number 45, wife's father is Sasuro in Sindhi, Sahura, Sasur, Saura in Punjabi, Sasura in Hindi, and Sasur in in Pahari. Number 46, mother's sister's husband is Masar or Masadu in Sindhi, Masar in Punjabi, Mausa in Hindi, and Kalu also in Hindi. In Pahari, it is Jet Bab when elder sister's husband, and Kas Bab when younger sister's husband. Number 47, mother's brother's wife. Mami in Sindhi, Mami and Mavin in Punjabi, Mami in Hindi, and Mami in Pahari. Number 48, father's brother's wife. Chachi in Sindhi, Tai, Chachi in Punjabi, Tai when elder uncle's wife, and Chachi and Kaki in Hindi. In Pahari, when eldest uncle's wife, she is called Jatija, Talija, otherwise Kaki. Number 49, husband's mother. Sasu in Sindhi, Sahuri, Sassu, and Sauri in Punjabi, Sas in Hindi, Shashu in Pahari. Number 50, wife's mother. Sasu in Sindhi, Sahuri, Sassu, and Sauri in Punjabi, Sas in Hindi, Shashu, Mami in Pahari. Number 51, husband. Bhataru, Garwaro in Sindhi, in Punjabi, Balam, Gobru, Munas, Vanra. Vanra means groom in Punjabi. In Hindi, Bhatar, Pati, and in the sense of groom, Banra. Not given in Pahari. Number 52, husband's brother. In general term not given in Sindhi, there in Punjabi, not given in Hindi and Pahari. When husband's brother is elder than husband, he is called Jetu in Sindhi, Vadader in Punjabi, Jet in Hindi, Jethan in Pahari. When husband's brother is younger than husband, Deru or Gauro in Sindhi, Nikader in Punjabi, and in Hindi, Devar, and in Pahari also Devar. Number 53, wife's brother. General term, Salo in Sindhi, Sala in Punjabi, Sara and Sala in Hindi, Sala in Pahari. Elder than wife, when wife's brother is elder than wife, same in all the four languages. Younger than wife is also the same. Number 54, sister's husband. In Sindhi, Benivyo, Ninuna, and in Punjabi, Banoi, Banvaya. In Hindi, Bahnoi, Bahnev, not given in Pahari. Elder sister's husband, not is Jija in Punjabi, not given in Sindhi and Hindi, and is Bina, Bina in Pahari. Younger sister's husband, not given in the first three languages, but Jamai in Pahari. Number 55, husband, sister's husband, not given in Sindhi. In Punjabi, Nanan Vaya, Nandoi. In Hindi, Nandoi, Nandosi, Dada in Pahari. Number 56, wife's sister's husband, Sandhu in Sindhi, Sandhu in Punjabi, Sarvu in Hindi, Sardharubai in Pahari. Number 57, son's wife's father, Senu in Senu or Mahato in Sindhi, Kuram in Punjabi, Samadhi in Hindi, Somdi in Pahari. Daughter's husband's father is Senu or Mahato in Sindhi, Kuram in Punjabi, Samadhi in Hindi, Somdi in Pahari. Number 59, wife. In Sindhi, Bah. In Punjabi, Bahuti or Ran or Patni or Joru or Tari. In Hindi, Joru or Garni or Jauja. In Pahari, Siani. Number 60, husband's sister is Ninan in Sindhi, Ninan, Nand and Nanan in Punjabi. In Hindi, Nanand, not given in Pahari. When husband's sister is elder than husband, she is Mahandi in Sindhi, not given in Punjabi and Hindi, and Jem in Pahari. Husband's sister, when younger than husband, not given in the first three languages. In Pahari, Gusiani. Number 61, wife's sister is Sali in Sindhi, Sali in Punjabi, Sali in Hindi, Sali in Pahari. When elder than wife, not given in Sindhi, Jathal in Punjabi, not given in Hindi and Pahari. When younger than wife, not given in Sindhi, Sali in Punjabi, not given in Hindi or Pahari. Number 62, brother's wife is Bhajai in Sindhi, Bhaijai in Punjabi, Bhavaj in Hindi, not given in Pahari. When brother's wife is elder brother's wife, she is Bhabi in Sindhi, Babbi in Punjabi, Bhabi in Hindi, Bhauji, Bhaujio, Bhabi in Pahari. Younger brother's wife is not given in Sindhi, Vir Bahuti, and when a woman is speaking, Bahu and Bayahu in Hindi, Bhabi, Buari in, sorry, not Bhabi, just Buari in Pahari. Number 63, husband's brother's wife is Ja in Sindhi, not given in Punjabi, Hindi and Pahari. Husband's brother's wife, in the case of husband's elder brother's wife, is called Jethani in Sindhi, Jethani in Punjabi, Jethani in Hindi, Jethani and Didi in Pahari. Husband's younger brother's wife is Dairani in Sindhi, Devrani and Darani in Punjabi, Devrani in Hindi, Devrani in Pahari. Number 64. Wife's brother's wife. Saleji in Sindhi, Silehaj in Punjabi, not given in Hindi, Didi, Nadia and an erased word in Pahari. Number 65. Son's wife's mother is Seni in Sindhi, Kuramni in Punjabi, Samadin in Hindi, Somdin in Pahari. Number 66. Daughter's husband's mother is Seni in Sindhi, Kuramni in Punjabi, Samadin in Hindi, Somdin in Pahari. Number 68. Husband's brother's son, Jetotu or Derotu in Sindhi, Jatutta or Darutta in Punjabi, Jethout, Deraut in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Husband's sister's son, Nanatu in Sindhi, Nanator in Punjabi, Nandaut in Hindi, Bhanej in Pahari. Wife's brother's son, Salaju in Sindhi, not given in Punjabi, Salot in Hindi, Sala in Pahari. Wife's sister's son, not given in Sindhi, Punjabi, Hindi, or even Pahari. Number 72. Son's wife, Nuh or Nuhu in Sindhi, Bahu, Nuhn, Patoh, Patohu in Punjabi, Bahu, Patohu, Patoh in Hindi, and Buari in Pahari. Number 73. Husband's brother's daughter, Jetati or Derati in Sindhi, not given in Punjabi, Jetauti, Derauti in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Number 74. Husband's sister's daughter, Nanati in Sindhi, not given in Punjabi, Nandoti in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Number 75. Wife's brother's daughter, Salati in Sindhi, not given in Punjabi, not Hindi in Saloti, not given in Pahari. Number 76. Wife's sister's daughter, not given in any of the languages. Number 77. Father's wife other than ego's mother, not given in Sindhi, Matre, Masak in Punjabi, Sauteli Ma in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Number 78. Mother's husband other than ego's father, not given in any of the languages. Number 79. Co-wife, not given in Sindhi, Saukan in Punjabi, South, Southin, Sauk in Hindi, not given in Pahari. Number 80. Co-husband, same as father in Pahari, while the co-husband, if he is from father's house, he is called Peka in Punjabi, not given in Sindhi, Nahyar, Pihar in Hindi, Maika in Hindi when he is from father's house, not given in Pahari. From mother's house, not given in Sindhi and Punjabi, Nanihal in Hindi and not given in Pahari. When co-husband is from mother's father's house, not given in Sindhi or in Punjabi, but is Sasural and Sasur in Hindi and not given in Pahari. When he is from husband's father's house, woman of a house, not given in first three languages, but Ranti in Pahari. Woman of a house by marriage, Wahuaru in Hindi, not given in Sindhi and Punjabi. I think that is the Ranti in Pahari. Woman of a house by birth, not is Dhyanti in Pahari, not given in the other three languages. Section B, the Eastern Aryan languages or Eastern languages of Northern Zone, Bihari, Bengali, Assami and Nepali. Number 1, father, Bapa, Pita, Babuji in Bihari, Baba in Bengali, Aap in Assami, Babua, Ba, Baba, Babu, Babai, Buba, Bua in Nepali. Number 2, father's father is in Bihari, Baba, Dada, Aja, Thakurda, Dada in Bengali, and Assami not given. In Nepali, Jiba, Jiju Babu, Baraju, Bajya, Baje in Nepali. Number 3, father's father's father, Pardada in Bihari, Pomoshai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Jiju, Jiju in Nepali. Number 4, mother's father is Nana in Bihari, Dada Moshai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Jiba, Maulibaje and Maulakobaje in Nepali. Number 5, mother's father's father, Parnana in Bihari, Pomoshai in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Number 6, father's brother. Father's elder brother is Pitya in Bihari, Jeta Moshai in Bengali, Jeto also in Bengali, Assami not given, Jetaba, Jeta Babu, Bara Babu in Nepali. Father's brother when younger is Chacha or Kaka in Bihari, Kaka and Kuda in Bengali, not given in Assami, Kaka and Kanchaba, Kanchobabu in Nepali. Number 7, mother's brother, general term Mama in Nepali. When elder is called Mama in Bihari and Bengali, not given in Assami at all. Younger brother, yes, it's the same. Number 8, mother. In Bihari, Maya, Iya, Aya, Maya. In Bengali, Ma, Ai. In Assami, Ai. In Nepali, Ama, Amai, Mahatari, Ma. Number 9, mother's mother is Nani in Bihari, Didima or Didi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Barama and Barama or Mavala ki Bajai and Amai in Nepali. Number 10, mother's father's mother, Parnani in Bihari, Didi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Jiju Ama and Jama in Nepali. Number 11, father's mother, Dadi, Dai and Aji in Bihari, Thakurma, Didi and Dadi in Bengali, Assami not given, Ghara ki Bajai or Bajai is equal to grandmother in Nepali. Number 12, father's father's mother is Pardadi in Bihari, Didi in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Father's sister, when elder, is Fufu or Pivasi in Bihari, Pishima in Bengali, Fofu in Nepali, not given in Assami. When younger, not given in any of the languages. Number 14, mother's sister, when elder, she is called Mausi in Bihari, Mashima and Masi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Tuli, Ama and Jethi in Nepali. Mother's sister, when she is younger to mother, is called Kanchama and Shama in Nepali and not given in the other languages. Number 15, brother. General term, not given in Bihari. In Bengali, Bhai, Bhai, and in Nepali also Bhai. Elder brother is Bhaiya in Bihari, Dada in Bengali, Dada in Assami, Dai, Daju, Daju, Daji in Nepali. Younger brother is not given in any of the first three languages. Kancho and Bhai in Nepali. Father's brother's son, when older than ego, is Pityaut Bhai in Bihari, Jetato Bhai in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Father's brother's son, when younger than ego, not given in Bihari, Kuttato Bhai in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Number 17, father's sister's son, when older than ego, Fufera Bai in Bihari, Pishato Bai in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Father, sister, son, when younger than ego, not given in any of the languages. Number 18, mother's brother's son, when older than ego, Mamera Bhai in Bihari, Mamato Bhai in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Mother's brother's son, when younger than ego, not given in any of the languages. Number 19, mother's sister's son, when older than ego, Mausera Bhai in Bihari, Mashtato Bhai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Mused Bhai in Nepali. Mother's sister's son, when younger than ego, not given in any of these languages. Number 20, sister, general term, Bahan or Bahan in Bihari, born in Bengali, Bhani in Assami, not given in Nepali. Elder sister is Didi or Gigi in Bihari, Didi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Didi in Nepali. Younger sister is not given in Bihari and Bengali and Assami, but Baini or Bahini in Nepali. Number 21, father's brother's daughter, when older than ego, she is Pityaut Bahan in Bihari, Jattato Bon in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. When father's brother's daughter, when younger than ego, not given in Bihari, Kurtato Bon in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Number 22, father's sister's daughter, general term not given. When older than ego, father's sister's daughter is Puveri Bahan in Bihari, Pishtato Baun in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Father, sister's daughter, when younger than ego, not given in any of the languages. Number 23, mother's brother's daughter, when older than ego, Mameri Bahan in Bihari, Mamato born in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Mother's brother's daughter, younger than ego, is not given in any language. 24, mother's sister's daughter, when older than ego, Mauseri Bahan in Bihari, Mashtato born in Bengali, not given in Assami or Nepali. Number 25, son, Beta or Puta in Bihari, in Bengali, Chele, Po, Put, Beta, in Assami, Put, Po, Beta, in Nepali, Sanu, Kancho, Choro, Put, Beto, Larka. Number 26, brother's son, when man is speaking, Bhatija in Bihari, Bhaipo in Bengali, Batiza in Assami, Batijo in Nepali. Brother's son, when a woman is speaking, Bhatija in Bihari, Bhaipo in Bengali, not given in Assami, Badoho, Bado in Nepali. Sister's son, when a man is speaking, is Bhanja in Bihari, Bonpo, Bhagni in Bengali, not given in Assami, Bhanich in Nepali. Sister's son, when a woman is speaking, is Bhanja in Bihari, Bonpo in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Number 30, son's son, Pota in Bihari, Nati in Bengali, Nati in Assami and Nati in Nepali also. Number 31, son. Parpota in Bihari, not given in Bengali and Assami. Panati and Palati in Nepali. Daughter's son, not given in Bihari. Nati in Bengali and Hindi, not given in Nepali. Daughter's son's son, not given in the first three languages, but in Nepali, Panati or Palati. That is, great great grandson is equal to Kanati. Number 34, daughter's son, not given in any of the languages. Number 35, daughter. Beti, Dhyari in Bihari. In Bengali, Meye, Ji, which is questionable, and Beti. In Assami, Ji is doubtful. Assami, Nati. Assami not given. Chori, Putri, Beti, and Ladki in Nepali. Number 36, brother's daughter. When a man is speaking, Bhatiji in Bihari, Bhaiji in Bengali, not given in Assami, Bhatiji in Nepali. Brother's daughter, when a woman is speaking, is Bhatiji in Bihari, Bhaiji in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Sister's daughter, when a man is speaking, is Bhanji in Bihari, Bonji and Bhagni in Bengali, not given in Assami, Bhanji in Nepali. Sister's daughter, when a woman is speaking, is Bhanji in Bihari, Bonji in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Number 40, daughter's daughter, not given in Bihari, Natini, Natani in Bengali, not given in Assami, Natini in Nepali. Daughter's daughter, not given in the first three languages, but Panatini and Palatini in Nepali. Daughter's son's daughter, not given in the first three languages, but Panatini and Palatini in Nepali. Son's daughter is Poti in Bihari, Natini in Bengali. Natani is also in Bengali, but in Assami not given. Natini in Nepali. Son's daughter is Parpoti in Bihari, not given in Bengali, not given in Assami. Panatini in Nepali, Palatini in Nepali. Father's sister's husband is Fufa in Bihari, Pishi Moshai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Pupaju in Nepali. Husband's father is Sasur in Bihari, Shushur Moshai or Sasar in Bengali, not given in Assami, Sasuro in Nepali. Number 47, wife's father is Sasur in Bihari, Shushur Moshai and Sasar in Bengali, not given in Assami, Sasuro in Nepali. Mother's sister's husband is Mausa in Bihari, Mashi Moshai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Kaka, Kanchaba, Kancho Babu in Nepali. Mother's brother's wife, Mami in Bihari, Mami in Bengali, not given in Assami, Maiju in Nepali. Mother's brother's wife, that is what finished. Father's brother's wife, Chachi or Kaki in Bihari, Jeti or Kaki in Bengali, not given in Assami, Jethama, Barima and Kak in Nepali. Husband's mother is Sasu or Sas in Bihari, Shashuri in Bengali, Ksahu in Assami, Sasu bajai, sasu in Nepali. Wife's mother is Sasu and Sas in Bihari, Shashuri and Shashuri in Bengali, Sahu in Assami, Sasu Bajai and Sasu in Nepali. Husband is Bhatar and Dulha in Bihari, Shami and Ogo in Bengali, not given in Assami, Purush and Poi in Nepali. Husband's brother, when elder brother of husband is Basur in Bihari, Bhashur and Jeha in Bengali, Zetha in Assami, Jetha and Jethaju in Nepali. Husband's younger brother is Devar in Bihari, Devr in or Deir in Bengali, Devar in Assami and Devar in Nepali. Wife's elder brother is Sara in Bihari, Shala or Shammandi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Jethan in Nepali. Wife's younger brother, not given in the first three languages, but Salo in Nepali. Sister's husband, when a man is speaking, general not given. Sister's elder husband, when a man is speaking, is Jija in Bihari, Bonai in Bengali, Binihi when elder in Assami, Binaju in Nepali. Younger husband of sister, when a man is speaking, is Bahan Jamai in Bihari, not given in Bengali, and Bhaine in Nepali. Number 57, sister's husband from when a woman is speaking. Elder sister's husband is Jija or Pahuna in Bihari, Bonai in Bengali, Binihi when elder in Assami, not given in Nepali. Younger sister's husband is Bahanjam in Bihari, not given in Bengali or Assami or Nepali. Husband's sister's husband is Nanadoi in Bihari, Nandai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Nandebai in Nepali. Husband, younger sister's husband. Wife's sister's husband, Sadhu in Bihari, Bhairabhai in Bengali, not given in Assami, Sarhudaju when elder sister's husband, Sarubhai when younger sister's husband in Nepali. Son's wife's father, Samadhi or Samdhi in Bihari, Byahi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Samdi in Nepali. Wife is Mehrami, Bo, Dulhan, Gharni in Bihari, Stri, Paribar, Bau in Bengali, not given in Assami, Ghar, Garhar, Joy or Swasni in Nepali. Husband, sister, Nanada, Bihar, general term, Nanada in Bihari, Nonand, Nanda in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. I think these are all elder ones. Husband's younger sister is not given in Bihari and Bengali, or what is it? It is totally confusing. Didi Gigi is elder. Didi is elder. Nandi is elder sister of husband in Assami. Nanda in Nepali. Younger sister is Sari in Bihari. Shali in Bengali, Jetishaw in Nepali, not given in Assami. Brother's wife, when a man is speaking, elder brother's wife is Bauji Bojai in Bihari, Bau Didi in Bengali, Bau in Assami. Younger brother's wife is Bayahu in Bihari, Bauma in Bengali, Bowari in Assami. Brother's wife, when a woman is speaking, is eldest brother's wife is Bauji Bojai in Bihari, Baudi in Bengali, Bau in Assami, Bhauju or Bhaujya in Nepali. Younger brother's wife is Bhayahu in Bihari, Bauma in Bengali, Bowari in Assami, not given in Nepali. Husband's brother's wife is Gotni in Bihari, Ja in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Husband's brother's wife, husband's elder brother's wife is Jethani in Bihari, Didi in Bengali, not given in Assami, Jethani in Nepali. Husband's younger brother's wife is Devrani in Bihari, not given in Bengali and Assami, Devrani and Devarani in Nepali. Wife's brother's wife is Sarhaj in Bihari, Shalaj in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Son's wife's mother is Sarhaj son's wife's mother is Samadan in Bihari, Byan in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Daughter's husband's mother is Samadan in Bihari, Byan in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Daughter's husband is Damad or Jamai in Bihari, Jamai in Bengali, Zowai in Assami, Juai in Nepali. Husband's brother's son is Jaut in Bihari, Bashapurpo in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Husband's sister's son is not given in Bihari, Devarpo in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Wife's brother's son is not given in Bihari, Bhagni in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Wife's sister's son is not given in any of the three languages, but Bhadai, Bhadahi, Badoho and Bhado. I think this is wife's brother's son in Nepali. Okay. Son's wife is Puto or Bahu in Bihari, Bau, Bauhari, Bau in Bengali, in Assami, Bowari, in Nepali, Buwari, Buhari and Bahu. Husband's brother's daughter is Jayadi in Bihari, Bashurji and Deurji in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. Husband's sister's daughter, not given in the first three languages, Bhadai and Badahi in Nepali. Wife's brother's daughter and wife's sister's daughter, not given in any of the languages. Father's wife, other than Ego's mother, is Sautelima in Bihari, Shotma in Bengali, not given in Assami, Dudama and Shyama in Nepali. Mother's husband, other than Ego's father, is Kathbap in Bihari, not given in Bengali and other languages. Co-wife, not given in Bihari, Shotin in Bengali, not given in Assami, Sauta in Nepali. Co-husband, general term, not given in any language. Co-husband from father's house is not given in Bihari. Baper Badi in Bengali, not given in Assami and Nepali. When from mother's house, not given in the first three languages, but Maval in Nepali. When from mother's father's house, not given in any languages. When from husband's father's house, Bauji in Bengali, not given in other languages. Woman of a house, not given in general term, not given in others' house. But by marriage, not given in any language. By birth, Mamar Badi in Bengali, not given in others' languages. Sorry. I think Mamar Badi is from mother's brother's house. Okay. Goodness. Notes on the use of the words. The words for father are number 1, Pita, Pu, number 2, Baba, Bapu, Babu, and Baba and Babu. Pita Pita is the same as the nominative singular of Sanskrit Pitra. Piyu is the Prakrit form of the Sanskrit word Pitra. It is the custom, especially in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, to add the suffix G to kinship terms used for people older than the speaker. We have thus Pitaji, Babuji, etc. In Bengal, the title Moshai from Sanskrit Mahashaya or equivalent to the high-souled one, the honored one, is added after the kinship term instead of G. The terms Bapa, Baba, Bapu, and Babu do not appear to be of Sanskrit origin. They all seem to be derived from the term Bapa, which seems to have originated first in Rajputana and Gujarat about the 7th or 8th century AD. One of the early chiefs of a Rajput clan is called Bappa Rawal. The forms Bappa, Bapu, Baba, and Babu are found all over northern India and seem to have replaced the more ancient Pita and Piyu. The word for father's father is Dada or Dada. This also seems to be non-Sanskritic in origin, as also the word Nana or Nana for mother's father. Nana may be of Dravidian origin, that is Na plus Anna, but there is no uncertainty about it. In Rigveda, there is a word Nana for mother, as we have already seen. Father's grandfather is Pardada, mother's grandfather is Parnana. The prefix par or pad, representing the Sanskrit prefix pra, is used for various relationships, as we shall see further in the north as also in the central zone. The words for mother are ma, amma, mai, ayya, and ai, ma, and mai are derived from Sanskrit matra, amma from Sanskrit amba, ayya and ai from Sanskrit arya. Ma and amma are far more common than ayya or ai. Father's mother is dadi, mother's mother is nani. Father's father's mother is pardadi and mother's father's mother is parnani. The Bengali words Thakurda and Thakurma for father's father and mother have reference to the position of these two in a joint family. The grandfather and grandmother are the chief persons who wield much power and exact respect from all members of the family. Thakur is the term used for a chief or a ruler. Thakurda and Ma are the chief mother and chief father. Thakur is assumed as a family name by some families, example the Tagore family. Father's elder brother in Tau are Tayya, Patriya or Jetha Moshai. The father's younger brother is Chacha, Kaka or Khuda. Tau and Tayya are derived from Sanskrit Tata or father. Patriya seems to be derived from Sanskrit Pitrivya. Jetha Moshai is derived from two Sanskrit words, Jeshta, the eldest, Mahashaya, a great man. Jeta Moshai thus merely means the respected elder brother of the father. The words chacha and kaka are supposed to be non Aryan words of Turkish origin. They are not found in early literature at all. Khuda is derived from the Sanskrit word kshudra, that is small, which becomes khuddha and chulla in Pali and Prakrit. Khuda thus really stands for Khuddha Tau, that is little father. Tau is dropped and only Khuda remains. There are thus no independent words for father's brother either in Sanskrit or in modern northern languages. The wives of the above kinsmen are called Tai, Jetima, Chachi, Kaki, or Kudi, all the words being feminine forms of the words used for the male kinsmen. Father's sister is Fua or Bua, Fufi, Pufi or Fufu, Piashi or Pishima. All these words are traced back to Sanskrit Pitrishvasha, which becomes Prakrit Piyucha. Her husband is Fufa or Fufar or Pishi Moshai. Mother's brother is Mama or Mamma. His wife is Mami, Mamima, Mammi or Mamin. There are words in the Punjabi language which differ from the universal mama. These words are Maler Bhai, mother's brother's son, Maler Bhain, mother's brother's daughter, Malyaura, spouse's mother's brother, and Malhes, spouse's mother's brother's wife. In all these compound words, there is a word Mala or Mala, which means mother's brother, which cannot be derived from any Sanskrit word. In the same way, besides the usual Mami and Mammi, there is a word Mavin for mother's brother's wife, which is also hard to explain. Mother's sister is Masi, Mausi, Mashima. Her husband is Mausa or Mashimashai. The word Masi or Mausi is generally derived from Matriswasha through Prakrit Maucha. The brother is referred to as Bhai or Bhaiya. The elder brother is sometimes called Dada or Dado. In folk songs, the brother is referred to as Bir, from Sanskrit Veera, the valorous one, and is depicted as the champion of his sister. The word, however, is never used in everyday language. Majaya Bhai is the brother who is the son of the own mother, that is, uterine brother. In a polygynous household, children of one mother have closer ties. The word for sister is Bhain, Bon, Behen, or Behen. The elder sister is sometimes called Didi or Gigi. The words Bhai and Behen go back to the Sanskrit Bhrat and Bhagini. The older word Shwashr seems to have disappeared in the modern languages except as part of the words Masi and Pivshi given above. The children of uncles and aunts are also called Bhai and Behen, and there are prefixes to these words to show the exact relationship with the speaker. Jed Tuto Bhai, Kud Tuto Bhai, Pityaut Bhai, Chachera Bhai, or Behen means brother or sister who is the child of father's elder or younger brother. In the same way, Fufera, Mamera, Mausera Bhai, and Fuferi, Mameri, Mauseri Behen mean brother or sister who is the child of Fufi or father's sister, Mama or mother's brother, and Mausi or mother's sister. The words for son are Put from Sanskrit Putra, Chele, Beta, and Larka for the daughter, Dhi, Sanskrit Duhitr, Meye, Beti, Larki, Nyani. The derivation of these words is not known to me. The words for brother's son and daughter are Batija, Batiji. For sister's son and daughter, there are Bhaneja and Bhaneji, born of the sister. These words do not change according to the sex of the speaker. In all these words, the general structure of the kinship terms is the same as in Sanskrit, except that brother, son, and daughter, when a man is speaking, though called by the same term as own son and daughter in Sanskrit, are called Bhatija and Bhatiji in the modern North Indian languages. In Sindhi, a different term is used with Soto, Santo, and the relationship existing between the children of two brothers is referred to as Sauti. The word seems to be derived from the Sanskrit word sapatna, a rival, and reflects the age-long rivalry for inheritance and succession between brothers' children as depicted in Mahabharata. For son and daughter and son's grandson and granddaughter, the words are of Sanskritic origin, as also are the words for daughter's son and daughter's grandson and granddaughter. They are pota, parpota, poti, parpoti, dota, pardota, and doti, pardoti. The Bengali words nati and natni for grandson and granddaughter are derived like the Marathi words natu and nata from the Sanskrit word naptre, nominal singular napat, which is used in the early Sanskrit period for a son and later for a grandchild. Among relations by marriage, we have already dealt with the words for uncles and aunts by marriage, fufa, mausa, and chachi or tai, and mami. For husband, the words are pati, used in song and literature but not in everyday speech, bhatar, Sanskrit bhratra, shami, Sanskrit swami, gharvai, equivalent to Sanskrit grihapati, and the peculiar word ogo in Bengali. The words for wife are bho, bau, vahu from Sanskrit vadhu, gharru, stri, and a host of other words also derived from Sanskrit are used in literature and folk songs which need not be given here. There are generally different words for a groom and a bride. The most general is vara or bara for groom and bahu for bride, dulha and dulhan, banra and banri. Husband's sister is always Nanad. Her husband is Nandoi. Sanskrit Nanandra and Nanandrapati. Prakrit Nananda plus Y is equal to Nandoi. Husband's father and wife's father is Sasur and Sasur's wife, that is mother-in-law, is Sas from Sanskrit, Swashura and Swashru. Husband's elder brother is Jetha, Sanskrit Jeshtha or the eldest. His wife is Jethani. This is a new kinship term not found in Sanskrit. In Marathi, we have the words goho and go, and in Ardhamagadi, godha. May these have a connection with the Bengali ogo. Husband's younger brother is Devar and his wife is Devrani from Sanskrit Devr. The standard of behavior in North India necessitates a sharp distinction between these two relatives and their wives. The elder brother of the husband is a tabooed relative for a woman. She must not speak to him or show her face to him. He is to her as a father-in-law. This behavior pattern is reflected in the alternative words used by a woman for her husband's elder brother. The word is bhashur, derived from Sanskrit bhatra and shwashura, father-in-law, and means the brother of the husband who is like the father-in-law. In Punjabi, the word der is used both for the elder and the younger brother of the husband, but the elder is called vadda der, that is the elder there, and the younger is called nikka der, that is the there with whom a widow can marry. In the same way, a man's elder brother's wife is called bhabi or bhauji. See further for the use of these terms. And the younger brother's wife is called bhayahu from Sanskrit bhratre plus vadu. That is one who is the younger brother's wife and is like a daughter-in-law. The word vadhu is used for own wife as also for son's wife. In this context, it has this latter meaning. There is also a general word for husband's brother's wife or for wives of brothers. It is Gotani or Ja, a woman of the same Goth. The children of husband's brothers are called Jetut, Derut, Bashurpo, Deurpo, son of Jet and Devar, or Jethati, Derati, daughter of Jet or Devar. There are also the words Jyut and Jaidhi in Bihari, which seem to be from Sanskrit, Yatra and Putra, and Yatra plus Duhitra. That is, the son or daughter of Yatra, the wife of the husband's brother. The elder sister's husband is Bahanoi, from Sanskrit Bhagini plus Pati or Jija, masculine form of the word Jiji for elder sister, or Pahuna, from Sanskrit Pragurnaka, a guest. Younger sister's husband is referred to as Bahin Jamai, that is literally sister son in law, that is son in law through the sister. Brother, son, and daughter are Bhatija, Bhaipo, and Bhatiji and Bhaiji. The sister, son, and daughter are Bhauja and or Bhagna, and Bhauji or Bhagni. The daughter's husband is Jamai, from Sanskrit Jamatre. Son's wife is Vahu or Bohu in Hindi, Bihari, Bengali, and Assam, from Sanskrit Vadhu, and Nuhu or Nuha in Punjabi and Sindhi, from Sanskrit Snusha. In Sanskrit, the word Vadhu is used in older literature for the bride. In later literature, it is used for the woman brought into a family by marriage and is used sometimes for the daughter in law and sometimes for wife. The same indefiniteness in meaning attaches to the word Vahu in modern Indian languages. Sometimes the word Patoh, from Sanskrit Putravadhu, wife of the son, is used for the daughter in law. Snusha is a very ancient word and was used throughout in the Sanskrit literature as also in the Prakrit literature, as must have been seen from the Pali and Ardhamagadi kinship terms given earlier. In modern Indian languages, the word is retained by the Punjabi, Sindhi, and Marathi and Konkani languages, and curiously also in the Kannada, a Dravidian language word, sose. It is not found in other languages. The word Vahuaru is used for the young married woman of a house and Bitiya for daughters. In the Pahari dialects, the word Ranti is used for the married women and Dhyanti is used for the daughters. Son's wife's parents and daughter's husband's parents are called Byahi or Samdi when masculine and Samdhin feminine. Two persons whose children marry each other are each other's Samdi and Samdhin. Sanskrit Sambandhin, bound to one another. Wife's brother is Sala, wife's elder sister is sometimes called Didi or Jathal, and the younger sister is Sali. The word Sala is used very often as a word of mild abuse or contempt. Sali also may be used in the same way but is not heard as often as Sala. Sala's wife, the wife of the wife's brother, is Salej, and Sali's husband, the husband of wife's sister, is Sadhu. Sadhu. Besides these words, there are derivative words like Maus Sasu, Malhahes, which refer to husbands, aunts, and uncles mainly, though the words mean the aunt or uncle or son, etc., of the spouse, and can be used either by a man or by a woman while referring to the relations of the wife or the husband, respectively. They are, however, used most frequently by women as, being members of the husband's household, they come more often in contact with the secondary relatives of the husband. Sasural means the father-in-law's house, while Nanihal is the Nana's or mother's father's house. Maika, Naiha, Nahyar, Pihar, Peka are words used for the mother's or father's house. With the help of these kinship terms, a person can designate accurately the most distant kin in a few words. The English words uncle, aunt, and cousin are the most confusing to a Hindu. One can never know which relation is meant. The kinship terms make certain jokes possible in an Indian language, but they would be untranslatable in English. A favorite one is to ask a child, is your mama married or is your fufa married? Or a variation, how many of your mamis and fufas are married? By definition, a mami is the wife of the mother's brother and a fufa is the husband of the father's sister. This question generally follows questions like How many of your mousies are married? Etc., which are legitimate questions, and the child may slip and answer the first question by saying, I do not know, and then everybody laughs. An Indian feels quite hurt when, after mastering the indefiniteness of the words uncle and aunt, he learns to his horror that the word cousin is even worse and can be applied almost to any relation, including the children of the uncles and aunts and their children too. In Marathi, when a woman says such and such a person is my Maus Sasuchi Chulat Bhavjaya, the very complicated relationship Maus Sasuchi or husband's mother's sisters, Chulat Bhavjaya, father's brother's son's wife, is clear in every detail. The clear connotation of each term and the many occasions on which the need for using them arises point out to the different way in which family and kinship are organized in the European and in the Indian society, and also to the difference in the functions, control, and influence of the family in the life of the individual. Of the many social groups in which an individual is born or of which he becomes a member, the family and the caste are the most important groups for an individual. The large joint family determines his status and his economic activity and gives him security. Apart from the joint family, which represents a person's intimate and nearest circle of relations, there is always a larger circle of kin who play a part in his life. This kindred represents the circle of his patrikin or matrikin, who may stand by him and help him when the immediate family no longer suffices. Lastly, the caste within which he must marry controls his social behavior through its council and is a means of regulated contact with other similar units. Other civic units, especially the state, dwindle into comparative insignificance before the family. All a man's ill-gotten gains, say by embezzling a group of other individuals or the state, are spent on the huge joint family or the even larger kindred. In recent years, in one of the Indian states, a high official, condemned in all the papers for unlawful practices, which gave him large funds, was praised unstintingly by a man who described him as follows. Quote, may he be blessed and may his riches increase. At his home, he feeds over 100 of his kindred daily. No poor relative is sent away empty handed. End of quote. In a society where no social or political order has been evolved for general security or welfare, a large family used to be the sheet anchor in all times. Old habits die hard, and family loyalties, called nepotism in the Western terminology, still play havoc in Indian public life. In the northern zone, kinship behavior changes slightly from region to region and within each region from caste to caste. The study of these differences is very fruitful for the understanding of the social structure of each region, but one needs a certain norm for undertaking a comparative study. The following sketch attempts to give such a norm, giving an ideal northern pattern by referring to practices and attitudes found most commonly among a majority of the castes in the northern zone. There are certain castes in India whose special prestige makes others copy their institutions, at least in name. The two most important castes have been, since very ancient times, the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas. Mention has been made of the Gotra system of the Brahmins, which is like the clan system of the non-Aryans. This Gotra system was written down and made into a system which applied to all Brahmins and was copied by many other castes. The castes which claim to be Kshatriyas and Vaishyas or traders have social divisions possessing Gotras. There is, however, no caste in India besides the Brahmins which possesses the elaborate Paravaras included, sorry, I think it's Pravaras only. The elaborate Pravaras included in the Gotra organization. Many lower castes also have Gotras, and even primitive people talk of their clans as Gotta or Gotra. There is reason to believe that Brahminhood was bestowed in ancient times on people not born Brahmins, but in modern times, few people can pass into the Brahmin fold, even though they possess a system of exogamy which tries to imitate and is therefore similar to the Brahmin Gotra system. The Kshatriya class, on the other hand, has been much more elastic, and during the historical period, Many foreign tribes and lesser castes have assumed and are even now assuming the name and status of Kshatriya. In doing this, they create caste genealogies tracing their descent to the famous Kshatriya heroes of mythology like Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, and the Pandavas. In all regions all over India, one meets this process of whole castes becoming Kshatriyas. This, however, rarely involves intermarriage among all castes claiming Kshatriya status, even of one region. Sometimes it has helped in sometimes it has helped in welding different tribal elements into one caste or group arranged in hypergamous divisions. The tendency towards hypergamous stratification is found among almost all castes. The Brahmins, for example, are generally roughly divided into number one, those who do not have to earn their living by officiating a domestic ritual, and number two, those who do it for a living. The former generally own land and engage in literary studies. The latter are family priests or priests officiating at holy places. The priests who officiate at holy places when people take their baths in the holy rivers or offer worship are held to be rather lower in status than the family priests. Among the priests at holy places, ch3 in Sanskrit, those who officiate at funerary rites hold again a position lower than those who officiate at auspicious ceremonies. In Banaras, Mathura, Ayodhya, Gaya, Nasik, Rameshwar, and all over India, in the sacred places, there are these Brahmins who are generally well off but are held to belong to a very low status among Brahmins. The Brahmins of each of these divisions marry only among themselves but may sometimes receive a bride from a slightly lower division but not from a division many steps lower than their own. Thus, a Brahmin of the first class, that is, belonging to a learned family, will never marry the daughter of a Mahabrahmana who officiates at funerary rites. The custom according to which a man marries a girl belonging to the same division or to one which is only of a slightly lower status has resulted in a phenomenon called Kulinism in Bengal. In Bengal, a class of Brahmins supposed to be descendants of learned people called in by a medieval king call themselves Kulin, that is highborn. A daughter of a Kulin could marry only a Kulin, and the rich girls of families whose Kulin descent was not universally acknowledged hoped to marry into Kulin families. The Kulin groom always fetched a very high price, and it is reported that some Kulin families who had sons only made a business of it by getting the sons to marry as many wives as they could. Sometimes the poorer wives or those born with a slightly lower status were never brought as brides to the husband's home at all. They lived at their parental home and were visited by their lord and master, who every time demanded money for such a visit. Kulin youths were said to make the round of their wives' houses, extorting money and living off their parents in law. This resulted in a curious custom by which the children would be brought up at the maternal uncle's house. Sometimes they would be acknowledged and taken to the father's house, but quite often they lived with the mother's people. The matrimonial difficulties of this class were so great that a wave of suicide swept over Bengal, where girls of poor Kulin parents chose death rather than bring ruin on their parents through the payment of exorbitant dowry. The system was broken by the effort of social reformers and spread of education among girls. The Kayastha and Vaishya are also arranged into many subcastes which are generally endogamous. Among Kshatriyas, there is a fairly well established hypergamy, but the best examples of hypergamy are found in the central zone among the Rajputs and Marathas. The Rajput clans of the north follow the customs of the Rajputs of the central zone. Those practices are described in detail in the chapter on the pattern of the central zone and need not detain us here as they do not form the core of the kinship practices of the northern zone. The organization of family is essentially similar throughout northern India, and most of the castes conform to the same basic pattern, which has its roots in the Indo Aryan patriarchal family as described in the last chapter. We have also seen that the modern kinship terms are mostly derived from the old Sanskrit terms. It is therefore not surprising to find that the marriage regulations are based mainly on considerations of consanguinity. The ancient rule of avoiding marriage with somebody who is removed by less than 7 degrees from the father and 5 degrees from the mother is quoted by all castes from the highest to the lowest when asked about marriage practices. The actual rule of marriage is, however, that a person, number one, must not marry in his patri family, which can be called the patri clan in some cases, and must also avoid marriage with the children of his mother's siblings and cousins, and with the children of his father's sisters and the children of his father's female cousins. This rule is the same as the one which was in vogue in ancient northern India. A person must not marry in his patri family and must avoid marriage with the Sapinda kin. In almost all castes in the northern zone, the marriage of cousins removed even by 2 or 3 degrees is viewed as an incestuous union. This rule is elaborated in different ways in different communities. Among the Brahmins who possess gotras in the old Brahmanic sense of the word, a man marries outside his own gotra and also that of his mother's. Just as the taboo on the father's skin embraces the patri clan, so the taboo on the mother's skin embraces the whole of the matri clan. Besides this, there is also a taboo on marriage with cousins. In the western and central parts of the northern zone, there is also local exogamy sorry, inasmuch as Brahmins of the same village, even if they are of different gotras, do not intermarry. In the Punjab and the Delhi region, this is known as the rule of Sasan. The Brahmin families in one Sasan are prohibited from intermarrying even though they belong to different gotras. A Sasan is a royal charter by which Brahmins were given land by the ancient and medieval kings in India. All those settled in one village by such a Sasan observe exogamy. In Bengal, there is no local exogamy, nor do people avoid the mother's gotra. The word Gotra is used in slightly different meanings by different non Brahmin castes. Sometimes a caste is divided into exogamous groups called Gotra with no further divisions. Sometimes a caste is divided into exogamous Gotras or endogamous Gotras with further smaller divisions. The relationship of Gotra, the larger division, with the smaller divisions and the function of both these types of divisions in regulating marriage will be clearer from the following examples. The Jat are an agricultural and a fighting caste of South Punjab, Delhi, and Northern Rajputana. It is divided into exogamous gotras, and the marriage rule is that a man must not marry into his father's, that is, his own gotra, and his mother's gotra, and his dadi's, that is, father's mother's gotra. Not so long ago, and among the Orthodox people even now, a man also had to avoid his nani's, that is, his mother's gotra. The following is the genealogy of the Jat Ramji Lal of Rathi Gotra of the village of Bahadurgarh near Delhi. Genealogy of a Jat family. The Gotra is given in brackets after the name. Ramji Lal of Rathi Gotra marries Dhapan or Dabbas Gotra of Dabbas Gotra. The offspring are Harkeram Rathi, who married Sarti from Chillar Gotra, and Fulo Rathi, a female who married Lahari Singh from Deswal Gotra. Harkiram Rathi and Sarti Chillar's son is Hari Singh Rathi, who married Bharpai Ahlawat, and their children are Sumitra Rathi and Harnarayan Singh Rathi. And Fulo Rathi, who is the daughter of Ramji Lal Rathi and Dhapan Dabbas, married Lahari Singh Deswal, whose children are Mangeram Deswal and Bimla Deswal. Mangeram Deswal married Lakshmi from Lather Gotra. Harnarayan Singh cannot marry into the Gotras. Number 1, Rathi being his own Gotra. Number 2, Ahlawat his mother's Gotra. And Chillar his Dadi's father's mother's Gotra. Hari Singh could not marry Bimla, his father's sister's daughter, because Rathi is one of the Gotras, that is mothers, which Bimla has to avoid. Neither can a man marry his mother's brother's daughter, as her Gotra would be the same as his mother's Gotra. In the same way, the children of two sisters cannot marry, as the Gotras of their mothers would be common. The same rule can be stated as follows. Two people can contract marriage if their Gotras, their mother's Gotras, and their respective father's mother's Gotras are different. This rule makes for very wide marriage alliances. The actual geographical area in which marriages are contracted is further widened by local exogamy. All those families, the boundaries of whose villages touch, must not marry among themselves. This is called Simna Bhaichara, that is brotherhood of boundaries. The following is a sketch of a few villages. The Rathi village, Sankaul, is situated in the middle of 6 other villages, having its boundaries touching each of them. The villages are: number 1, Barahi village; number 2, Mandhauti village; number 3, Bahadurgarh; number 4, Balaur village; number 5, Sarai village; number 6, Kasar village. In which north is represented by Kasar village, northeast Barahi village, southeast Mandauti village, southwest Bahadurgarh, west Balaur village, northwest Sarai village. Of these villages, number 3 and 5, that is Bahadurgarh and Sarai village, are Rathi villages, and so there is no marriage between them. But though other villages belong to other Gotras, there is no intermarriage between them and the village of Sankaul. Among the Kayasthas, there are 12 endogamous divisions, each of which is further divided into many exogamous groups possessing a name, territorial or occupational, besides also a Gotra like the Brahmanic Gotras. The Gotras do not seem to have any function in marriage regulations. Chedalal is a Kayastha belonging to the endogamous division, Mathur of the exogamous subdivision Dilwaria belonging to Delhi. In marriage, he had to avoid: number 1, his father's family Dilwaria; number 2, his mother's family Bilriya; number 3, his Dadi's, that is father's mother's family, Kakarania; and number 4, his Nani's mother's family, Chacholi. So he married a woman of Mahavanika family. Okay, this has to be identified only from looking at the diagram. In the case of the baby boy, while seeking a marriage partner, the families he has to avoid are: number 1, Dilwaria, his own; number 2, Mahavanik, his mother's; number 3, Bilriya, his father's mothers; and number 4, Agarwal, his mother's mothers. He can marry into the families of his great-grandmothers, that is Kakarania and Chacholi. This usage can be illustrated schematically in the following way. It is necessary for at least 8 gotras to be in existence to fulfill the conditions of avoidance of 4 gotras. Let us call these gotras A, B, C, D, L, M, and P. Then a man born in Gotra A with his mother B, father's mother C, and mother's mother D will be represented by the formula ABCD. He can marry a girl having the 4 gotras LM and P, representing the formula LM and P. We have then the following genealogy and marriages of boys born in the Gotra A. Please see the diagram. ABCD marries LMNMP, giving rise to ALBM, who again marries CNDP, giving rise to ACLN, who marries BDMP, giving rise to ABCD. Okay. After 4 generations, a boy will have the same Gotra formula and so can marry a woman with the same Gotra formula as the wife of his great grandfather. That is, he can marry his cross cousin removed by 2 degrees. He can also marry a parallel cousin, his great grandmother's sister's granddaughter, twice removed, as will be seen from the genealogy given below. It belongs to the Kinship family, whose caste is Oswal Jain Vaishya. It's a very complex diagram. It has to be seen. Kinsra married Karnavat, giving rise to Gulab Chand, who married Rajubai from Akharam Dudedia and Kankriya. Gulab Chand and Rajubai's issue were Hira Chand and Dundiram. Hira Chand married Sonubai Bagmar, and Dundiram Kinvasra married Gangubai Bhandari. And Hira Chand and Sonubai had Subhadra, who married Popatlal, a bum. And Dundiram and Gangubai issue is Maniklal, who married Misri Bai, and another son Motilal, who married Kochar Rampyari. And Akharam and Kankriya had another daughter Chagubai Dudedia, who married a Navlakha Umedmal, Dhalichand, Navlakha. Dudiram Kanswa married Gangubai. It's a complex. Dudiram Kinsra married Gangubai. The 4 gotras of Dundiram are own gotra, which is number 1 Kinsra, mother's gotra, number 2 Dudedia, Dadi's gotra, number 3 Karnavat, and Nani's gotra, number 4 Kankaria. Gangubai's 4 gotras are Bhandari, Kunvad, Parak, and Darada. All these are different. Again, in the next generation, Motilal, the son of Dandiram, has the gotras Kinsra, Bhandari, Dudedia, Kunvad. He married Rampyari, whose gotras are Kocher, Sankla, Lodha, and Bapna. It will be noticed that Motilal's 2 gotras are different from his father's. The father's 2 grandmothers, that is father's and mother's gotras, Karnavat and Kankaria, are dropped. Father's and mother's maternal uncle's gotras become his own grandmother's gotras. He could therefore marry into the gotra of his father's mother or mother's mother's father. He could have a bride who has the same grandfather through the female line as he has. He can never marry a Kinsra, which is his patrilineage. This rule of avoidance of 4 gotras makes it impossible for a person to marry anybody in the patrilineage, however far removed the kinship may be, and also makes it impossible for a person to marry any relative nearer than 2 degrees in any other lineage. The marriage of Popatlal with the girl Subhadra shown in the genealogy above is a marriage of blood relations. The genealogy of Popatlal and Subhadra at a glance is as follows. Please see the diagram. Akharam is the great-grandfather, that is father's mother's father of Subhadra, and the great-great-grandfather, that is mother's father's mother's father of Popatlal. Because the descent is through three women who each changes her gotra on her marriage, the rule of four gotras is not violated. The four gotras of Subhadra are number 1 Kinsra, number 2 Bagmar, number 3 Raisoni, number 4 Dudedia, and those of Pupatlal are number 1 Bam, number 2 Navlaka, number 3 Kunklod, and number 4 Nahar. As there are always more than just 8 exogamous divisions or gotras in most castes, one does not come across many examples of marriages of cross or parallel cousins removed only by 2 degrees. In any genealogy, there are generally many more than 8 gotras represented, as we can see from the fragment of Kinsrag genealogy, where there are 18 gotras connected by marriage alliance. But stated in the form of the four Gotra rule, as it is called by most of the castes who practice it, it resembles the Australian 8 class system as explained by Murdoch, and it has the same function, namely the avoidance of marriages of kin removed by less than 2 degrees. Whether this rule is to be derived from the old Sap India rule or whether it is a modification of the old rule in imitation of a non-Aryan cultural influence, I am unable to say. It may be noted here that it seems very probable that the ancient Aryans came into contact with people speaking Austro-Asiatic languages very early in India. The four Gotra rule goes much beyond the rule forbidding consanguine marriages. The later rule has no reference to patri or matriclan or even to the whole of the joint patri or matrifamily. It simply states that certain degrees of kin are to be avoided on the father's and mother's side. This four Gotra rule, on the other hand, embraces the patriclan of four relatives, irrespective of whether any person in these clans is a kin or not. In effect, it prevents marriage with near kin of the same type as given in ancient rules. The Kula had no fixed name but had a locality. From such beginnings, the local families may have taken on names based on locality like Agarwal, those from Agra, Bilria, those from Brindavan, or from occupations like Mavanik, the great merchant, which became clans in the true sense. It would be interesting to trace the rise of these clan names or names of patrifamilies based on one locality and also to find out, if possible, the probable period from which the rule of four Gotras is in force in the communities of the northern zone and in the northern portion of the central zone. Besides the 3 Gotra and 4 Gotra rule, there is also a 1 Gotra rule which states that a person must avoid his own Gotra for marriage. This rule in the northern zone is always accompanied by a rule which forbids marriage with near relations or which forbids marriage in the family of the mother, mother's sister, and father's sister. The genealogy given below belongs to a caste called Agarwal Vaishnava Vaishya. It is spread all over India. This caste is divided into 18 exogamous divisions called Gotra. Each Gotra is further divided into patrilineages called Jat or Jati. A person must not marry in his Gotra nor in the Jat of his mother, of his father's sister, and of his mother's sister. The genealogy given below is that of a man, Rambilas of Bhansal Gotra, born in the Jalan Jat or patrilineage. His sons and daughters and sons' sons and sons' daughters are born in the same Gotra and Jat as his. His children are married into 2 new Gotras, Gad and Iran. The children of his the children of his son, 2 grandsons and 1 granddaughter all marry into the Gad Gotra but into different Jats, patrilineages of that Gotra. It's a very complex diagram. It has to be seen to be understood. If a daughter is given into a certain family of a certain village, a second daughter is generally not given into the same family or village in that generation, and owing to the taboos mentioned above, not in the next 2 generations at least. Also, there is a prejudice against exchanging daughters. There is thus a wider and wider circle for seeking marital alliances, but there is always an outer limit for this expansion, which is different for each caste. This of endogamy may comprise from a few administrative districts to a whole linguistic region. This limitation of the field for marriage is due to the fear that the bride or groom in a distant village, though professing to belong to the same caste as one's own, may be inferior in some ways. Therefore, one gives daughters in marriage to families with whom old affinal relations of one's own family or of one's affinal families can be established. There are thus two opposing tendencies. The consciousness of caste status keeps marriage territorially and genealogically within a group which from older times is established as an affinal group, while the taboos on the marriage of near kin and the prescription of local exogamy tend to spread the affinal group over a comparatively large area and to include a considerable number of families within it. It would be interesting to find out the exact limits of the inner and outer circles of exclusion and inclusion in different northern areas and among different northern castes. The interdependence and complementary nature of the two units, the joint family and the village, is seen also in the custom of Nevta. When a man seeks a groom for his daughter, the matter is not first a family affair but is discussed in the village chowpal where people meet and have a smoke in the evening. The Brahmin astrologer, who generally takes a round of villages in his itinerary and knows of people and families in a wide region, has always a list of prospective grooms and brides of different castes and suggests a likely person. The first preliminaries are concluded through the astrologer and some mutual friends of the groom and the bride, and enquiries are made as regards the sum of money expected as dowry or bride price. Then one calculates the probable expenses of a marriage, and if one has about a little or a half or two-thirds of the money required, formal proceedings are entered into by sending the astrologer and the barber with a definite proposal. The portion of expenses which cannot be borne by the family is made good by the village community. At a particular time in the wedding ceremony, all the invited guests give money presents to the groom or the bride. The money is given in cash and received in a big metal dish, and a village dignitary keeps careful record of the cash given by each guest. The family who thus receives cash gifts must return them to the respective families when a similar occasion arises. This gift is called the Neuta. The Neuta registers are kept for generations. The people who pay these gifts need not belong to the caste of a man. They represent most of the families of a village. A newcomer can enter the Nevta circle by starting to make a gift. The Nevta account can be closed by giving the dues against one's names plus a little something added to it. A man knows almost to a rupee as to how much Nevta money he can expect. Members of the Patri family outside the joint family bring gifts, but gifts. These also must be returned at some future date. The most substantial gifts are bought by the bride's or groom's mother's brother. The bride's or groom's father's sister, on the other hand, receives gifts on all occasions as an honored guest. A girl and boy were generally married when they were but children. The bride is not finally sent to the groom's house until she reaches puberty. Till that time, she goes to her parents in law's house for a few days as a guest. The groom is called to take away the bride on an auspicious day after the bride has her first menses, and a ceremony called Gauna is performed. Fruit is piled in the lap of the bride. Rich presents are given to her, to the groom, and to his parents. Generally, ceremonial cohabitation takes place. Sometimes it is deferred until the groom and bride go to the groom's house. Between the marriage and Gauna ceremony, a period of anything from a few months to a few years can elapse, depending on the ages of the groom and the bride. Among some castes, the bride, accompanied by a woman from her father's house, is taken to her husband's home immediately after marriage and returns to her parental home after a short stay. When she goes with the husband after Gauna, she comes back but rarely on some ceremonial occasions. The facts of early marriage to a stranger and the separation from the mother's house have given a peculiar tone to all the northern folk songs and have given rise to certain situations cleverly exploited in storytelling. A folk song of the Delhi region tells the following story. A young wife was met by a stranger at the village well. The stranger pretended to be her younger brother, from whom she had been separated since the time of her departure from her paternal house after her marriage, and who had been very young at that time. The girl eagerly asked, "Are all people well at my father's house?" "Yes," said the man. "All are well except our poor mother, who is bedridden with serious illness." On hearing this, the young wife ran back to her husband's home and demanded to be sent back with her brother to her ailing mother. The parents of her husband warned her that the stranger may not be her brother at all, but the impetuous girl would not listen and started forthwith with the brother, who turned out to be a cheat. The story goes on to say how she saved herself in an awkward situation. The thing to note is that the absence of a girl away from her parents' home could be so long that she could no longer remember how her brother looked. A novel by Rabindranath Tagore called The Sinking of a Boat is based on another situation. A marriage party returning with the bride was caught in a storm on the river Ganga. The night was falling and the boat, driven by winds, capsized. The groom managed to swim ashore in the darkness and fell asleep under a bush. The next morning, on awakening, he found not far from him a girl in a swoon. She was in bridal attire. The girl opened her eyes and was reassured to find herself with a man she thought was her husband. The young man himself, also wearing the ceremonial clothes of a groom, at once recognized that the girl was not his bride but had not the heart to tell it to the little frightened girl. Apparently, two marriage parties had been overwhelmed in a storm and had come to grief, a not at all rare phenomenon when one considers that there are special marriage seasons and auspicious days when a large number of marriages take place in a neighborhood. On this initial misunderstanding and deception, the whole story is based. It is the parents of the groom and bride who decide the marriage. The groom and bride see each other only at the time of the marriage, when propriety dictates that the girl must sit with her eyes and head lowered. Even when the party returns to the groom's home, the bride sits surrounded by the women folk, very shy and veiled, and generally sorrowful and frightened. The groom should also be shy, but being a man, a bold glance at the bride now and then during the ceremony may evoke a jest but not a reprimand. It is therefore quite possible that a bridal pair may not remember each other's face immediately after marriage. The same author has given another story of a beautiful girl who got married to a man and was taken away to the groom's village. A few days later, it was discovered that the bride was dumb. A girl is supposed not to speak when the groom's people come to see her. She has to act very shy, and her mother sometimes has to lift her chin so that her face can be properly seen by the groom's people. In such circumstances, it is quite possible that days can elapse before people discover that the bride keeps silent because she is dumb and not just out of shyness. I myself was a visitor in a house where all women except the bride were talking. The bride sat without words and movements with her face covered. The mother in law led me to the bride, removed the sari from the head, and lifted the chin of the girl so that I had a glimpse of a very beautiful face. Even then, to show her breeding, the bride had closed her eyes and opened them only at my special request. There is a ceremony called Mukdikai, that is face showing, at the groom's village when the marriage party comes with the bride. The bride sits with her face veiled and all the women of the village come to see her. Each woman pays a silver coin for the privilege of seeing the bride's face and is given some sweets before she returns home. The practice of veiling the bride also leads to incidents funny and tragic when one girl is substituted for another. The theme is sung in various folk songs and exploited in modern cinema stories. For purposes of marriage, a village is an exogamous division of society. This means that all the people in a village belonging to one caste behave as if they were descendants of one common ancestor. This idea, however, is never stretched so far as to consider the whole village as one family for all social purposes. The distinction between a joint family and a caste group in one village is very elastic depending on the history of the founding of a village. All members of one joint family observe pollution at births and deaths in the family. All the members of one caste in a village rarely do so. I have, however, seen one village in Maharashtra which was supposed to be founded by one man and where all Brahmin houses were supposed to belong to the descendants of this one man. In this village, a death in one Brahmin house would bring pollution to all the Brahmins in all the houses in the village so that no food could be cooked. The affinal relations from neighboring villages came to provide food during such a period. In the north, such a situation might arise when all people could trace their descent from the founder. In a joint family, no two living people can have the same own name. Even when a joint family is broken up, as long as there is active social intercourse among the split families, this taboo is observed. A child can be named after the grandfather only if he has died before the birth of the child. Those who acknowledge relationship through a male ancestor and call each other paternal cousins or brothers cannot have the same own names. This sentiment is rarely extended to the village or the large unit, even though marriage may be prohibited because of common ancestry in the male line. We thus find that the joint family functioning as an economic, ritual, and habitational unit is always distinguished from the larger local unit based on common ancestry. The North has separate words for daughters and brides in each regional language, with a double standard of behavior and sometimes of morality for each category. The custom of local exogamy cuts the women of a local group into two sharp divisions: the daughters of the village and the brides of the village. The daughters of different local families are very friendly with each other and enjoy each other's company whenever they come back to the village from their father in law's houses. They all constitute a sort of a spy service to watch the behavior of the brides. Folk literature singles out certain pairs of relations as natural enemies. Nanand Bhojai, that is, a woman and her husband's sister, is one such pair. Saas Bahu, that is, a woman and her husband's mother, is another. Nanand, that is, husband's sister, is the daughter of a house. Bhojai, that is, brother's wife, is the bride. The Nanand has to leave the house in which she is born and finds that a complete stranger takes her place. Sas is the mother in law, the ruler of the joint family. Bahu is the young daughter in law. Though both are brides, that is, women who have come into the family through marriage, the Sas, being the mother, has established certain rights. The Bahu is the stranger who is the present slave and the future mistress. The rivalry between Sas and Bahu is the rivalry of two generations of women between whom, in the course of time, power is transferred from the old to the young. All the girls of the husband's village watch over the brides and report their smallest gestures to their mothers, who are, of course, the mothers in law of the brides. There is hardly a song which does not talk of the ever wakeful Sas and Anand, who would wake up and interfere even if the bride goes to her own husband. There is a folk song which is sung in Uttar Pradesh in Hindi, in Gujarat in Gujarati, and in Maharashtra in Marathi, which deals with the overbearing behavior of the Nanand to her brother's wife. The Nanand is on a visit to her father's home and demands to see the clothes and ornaments of her brother's wife. After seeing them, she chooses a sari, which happens to be a present from the bride's mother. The bride begs the husband's sister to choose any other costly thing except this, but in vain. She has to give it up and does so with curses. In the Marathi version, she takes a terrible revenge by making her husband kill the sister. Early marriage out of the native village to a complete stranger is a terrible crisis in a girl's life. In India, marriage is a sacrament, and no normal man or woman must die without receiving this sacrament. It is a custom among many communities that if a woman dies a spinster, a marriage ceremony is performed with the corpse and the woman is then burnt with the honors due to a married woman. There is greater freedom for man, but if a man who has gone through the initiation ceremony dies without remarrying, sorry, dies without marrying, he is supposed to become a ghost. To die childless is not to attain heaven. This firmly established belief would make a girl unhappy if she is not married. The marriage ceremony is pomp and fun, and yet the moment of parting from the mother is poignant. The whole of the northern zone reflects this in the number of pairs of words for the father in law's house on the one hand and the beloved house of the father and mother on the other. Hundreds of folk songs bear witness to the agony of a girl at parting forever from her parents' home. The husband is a shadowy figure. The real people are the parents in law, and from an indulgent home, she has to go to strangers who are ready to find fault with her at the slightest gesture. In the husband's home, there is the ever present fear of the husband bringing another wife. Only when a girl becomes the mother of a boy does she feel completely at home in her husband's house. The sentiment existing between the two families joined by marriage is well reflected in the custom according to which a respectable man does not take food at his daughter's husband's house when he goes on a visit. He is among strangers. The relationship is that of givers and receivers. One who gives the daughter should not receive anything. A father rarely visits a married daughter. He may go only on extremely formal occasions, but the brother may go often, and hence in northern folk songs, girls sing always of the bear, the brother, who comes as a beloved visitor and brings news of the parents. One hears again and again of the Majaya, born of the same mother bear in the northern folk songs. In a polygynous society, brothers and sisters born of the same mother have closer bonds than those born of different mothers. It is considered a great shame for a man in his old age to have to live with his son in law for lack of sons or other agnatic kin. In the north and in the central zone, as also in parts of the southern zone, there is a vast amount of song and story literature transferred from generation to generation by oral tradition. This folk literature is sharply divided into men's literature and women's literature. While the written literature of the modern Indian languages is dominated by men writers, the oral tradition is rich in women's songs. In these songs are preserved to us the thoughts and feelings of women in different types of families, especially those living in the northern type of patri family. For any student wishing to understand the organization of the Indian family and the stresses and strains inherent in it, a study of this material and a study of proverbs is indispensable. A small sample of such songs current in the Maharashtra region is given in an appendix. This region represents a mixture of northern and southern traits, though it is predominantly northern in being patrilineal and patrilocal. As in ancient days, the custom of junior levirate is found among many castes in the north. Generally, Brahmins, Khatri, Kayastha, and Vaishya deny the existence of this custom among them, but a lady medical practitioner living in the Delhi region for many years assures me that the custom is very widespread in villages and is found among all castes. A widow simply lives with her younger sister in law, that is, husband's younger brother's wife, as her co wife. She is referred to as a sister sitting in the house, that is, Garbhateli. I myself have come across one case of senior levirate in the case of a poor sick family. The eldest brother worked hard and secured a bride for the younger brother by paying a heavy bride price. The young boy was too young to live with his wife, and so she lived with the elder. I could not understand the reason for such a peculiar procedure. The elder brother pleaded that he had got the girl when she was 5 years old and had looked after her for 9 years. She was given as bride for the younger brother, and at the time the case came before the juvenile court in Pune, the elder brother was living with her. To our enquiry as to why he did not get a bride for himself, he answered that grown up girls would have cost much more and he could not afford it. Dr. Majumdar has noted the custom of polygyny among the higher status group and a dearth of brides and polyandry among poorer people among the Jat and other northern communities. All over India, there is the custom of giving bride price among the poorer castes and of receiving dowry among the higher castes. Mention was made of hypergamous marriages in UP and Kulinism in Bengal. In Sindh, the dowry used to be so heavy that many girls remained unmarried. The Amils of Sindh are perhaps the only major Hindu community which has many sisters among them. In the Delhi and the Punjab region, among poorer classes, there is always a dearth of brides. How this comes about is not known. Though female infanticide is not practiced, neglect of female babies may lead to the same result. In modern days, many good looking girls of poorer families are enticed or sold into prostitution and taken to big industrial towns like Calcutta and Bombay. A review of the northern family system would not be complete without mentioning the community called Khasas living in the foothills of the Himalayas. This community calls itself Hindu and is divided into Hindu castes like Rajput and Brahmins and has been described by Dr. D.N. Majumdar. Its peculiarity lies in that fact that it practices fraternal polyandry. Fraternal polyandry is at present practiced among some people living in the Himalayan foothills, but it was much more widespread formerly. The Kashas maintain that by practicing polyandry, they have retained their ancestral lands and that the neighboring people who foolishly gave up polyandry split their lands among the heirs of various brothers and had to migrate to the plains and become household servants. So we find in modern days also widespread customs of leverage side by side with a few communities which practice polyandry. The Himalayan Kashas may be retaining an old custom prevalent among some sections of the ancient Indo-Aryans, or they might it up from the polyandrous Tibetans just across the border. The Kashas use Sanskritic kinship terms, are patrilocal and patrilineal, and do not show any Mongoloid racial affinities. Their own assertion that it was once a widespread custom makes it probable that they have not borrowed it, but the question needs to be investigated further by working among Himalayan tribes. Though the system of levirate is found among a large number of castes, it has not the sanction of the present day Brahmanic religion. The Smritis have all condemned it as a custom not suited to the present times, so that during the historical period one finds the custom of adoption coming into vogue. Higher castes and ruling families generally prohibit levirate and prefer that the widow should adopt a boy. In a majority of cases, however, it is the man who adopts a child if he finds himself childless in spite of marrying again and again. A very large amount of litigation arises out of the quarrels between the adopted child and both or one of his parents. Agnates generally prefer a widow to adopt a child from the agnatic branch, preferably a child of the brother or cousin of the deceased husband. Sometimes they wish to prevent an adoption as they hope to get a portion of the estate if there is no son as successor. It was said that one of the reasons why so many widows were forcibly burnt with their dead husbands was to prevent adoption of a stranger as a son into the family. The most powerful motive for polygyny, besides the display of social status and wealth, is the desire for male progeny. Not only does a man marry again if the first wife proves barren, but the author has known cases in which the first wife insisted on a second marriage of her husband in order that the children should be born in the house. When asked as to why she would not adopt a child, she replied, quote, "An adopted child is a complete stranger. A co-wife's child is at least the child of my husband, and I could love it as such. I would hate to bring up strangers as my children." End of quote. Far more usual is the attitude where, in a polygynous household, a woman hates her rival's children who are a constant living reminder of her defect and a symbol of her humiliation. We have seen above that the woman who lives with her brother-in-law is called Garbhati. A widow may enter into the house of an unmarried man or a widower and force him to marry her. This mode of marriage is not uncommon among poorer people. An instance was reported to me in which a servant in a family living in Simla started suddenly sending money to his wife in the plains. The mistress asked him in surprise as to how and when he had got married. He said that a woman, a widow, had entered his house in his native village and started living in his house as his wife. He was informed of this and accepted the situation and started sending money to his new wife. He said that this type of thing happened among his people and was accepted by all. This type of marriage has been recorded among Mundas and Birbhos also. It was possibly practiced by many other castes in India as a word, Ghargusi. A woman entering the house by force is used for certain women in the early Marathi literature also. All over India, the words for marriage are always different from the words for widow marriage. The second marriage of a woman needs no ritual and vows. It is merely a living together of a man and a woman after letting a few friends and relatives know about it. In the north, the word for marriage is bya, in Sanskrit vivaha, and those for widow remarriage are sagai or karav or kareva. The behavior pattern of sorry, the behavior pattern of the kin group in the northern family is like that of the patri family in ancient India. The man lives with his patrikin among whom he is born and reared. He comes in contact with his wife's relations but rarely. The woman, on the other hand, spends her life, except for a few childhood years, with her affinal kin with whom she is not acquainted upon the moment of her marriage. Definite patterns are set up for her behavior with these relations. A woman must stand up and cover her head and face if she is in the same room as her parents-in-law and the brothers and cousins of the parents-in-law, whom also she refers to as father-in-law and mother-in-law. Except on ceremonial occasions, she must never be in the same room as her father-in-law or the elder brothers and cousins of her husband. The women generally occupy the inner rooms. The mode of greeting for these relations and for her husband is for the woman to bow low to the ground and place her head on the feet of these relations. When a bride comes home, all the women neighbors come to see the bride when she takes off the end of the starry from her head. Everybody who comes to see the bride brings a gift of gold and silver, and the gift is shown to all the affinal kin. Even on occasion, she is supposed to keep her glance lowered or her eyes shut. To brother of her husband, her behavior is more free and she may joke with him. A lover should be neither seen too much except when working nor heard too much. Only when she becomes a mother can she be a little freer, but only when the mother in law is old or dead does a woman have freedom of speech and behavior. If the husband dies when the bride is but young, she is branded as an inauspicious woman and her lot is hard. This is an ancient sentiment. Already in a Vedic hymn, a person supplicates to the powers that the bride may not be a killer of her husband or brother in law or the cattle. In modern times, whatever misfortunes fall to a house within a year of bringing in a new bride are ascribed to the inauspicious qualities of the bride. Generally, a woman is so dominated by the affinal kin or by the husband that she rarely makes a positive impression except as a mother. It is not rare to see women who were nothing but meek non entities blossom out into positive personalities in their middle aged widowhood or the weak old husband in the later part of the married life. The northern joint family is a status group where husband, wife, parents in law, daughters in law, sons, daughters, sisters in law, and brothers in law have each a definite place assigned to him or her vis a vis all others. The each has to do, the pleasures each will enjoy are more or less fixed by conventions, and the important thing one has to learn are these conventions of kinship behavior. A man behaves in a differential manner to all elder relatives of his wife and jokes with her younger brothers and sisters. A man may marry the younger sister of his wife during the lifetime of his wife or after her death. Many folk tales exploit this situation in the relationship of sisters. In the whole of the north, women rarely go out of their houses or take part in marriage processions. In the central and the southern zones, women in their colored saris and rich ornaments are the most conspicuous members of of marriage processions. In the north, the women's sphere is much more isolated from that of the men than in the south, and this is due to the fact the family is not only patrilineally oriented but dominated by the patrician, and where girls are always given in marriage to people with whom they are not acquainted. The southern patrilineal families, on the other hand, prefer marriages of cousins so that the orientation is not entirely patrilocal. Since the establishment of the British rule, government service and work in industrial areas has given rise to what appears to be single family units of husband and children on the European model. In such families, the wife has a position of responsibility and respect, but in a majority of cases, it is not a true single family because it has economic and ritual ties with a larger family whose member the husband is. The present northern family is thus a continuation of the family of the ancient times with slight modifications. It is patrilineal, patrilocal, and patriarchal. The marriage is generally outside of the kin group and the local group. It is a joint family in which the brides are all brought from outside and the girls are all given away. The behavior is strictly regulated according to generations, according to whether one is born in the family or married into the family, and finally according to whether one is a man or a woman. Customs like levirate and sororate, by which a widow lives with her younger brother in law and a man marries the younger sister of his wife, show that marriage is very much a relationship between two families rather than between two individuals. The giving and receiving of gifts also reflects the familial aspect rather than the individual aspect of the transaction. It seems as if some non Aryan influence may have been at work in modifying ancient taboos on consanguine relations into the law of the exogamy of four gotras. The individual is but a vehicle of the social process, a transient meeting place of social relationships. This doctrine was crystallized into the Hindu theory of three debts. A man is born with three debts, one to the gods, one to the sages, and one to his ancestors. He pays them by worship and ritual, learning and teaching, and founding a family and raising children. If a man dies without paying these debts, he must be born again, and final release will come only when the terrible creditors are fully satisfied. In the family, he pays this debt when with every action of his. He obeys the elders, learns his job, marries, gets children, gives gifts and receives gifts, attends ceremonials and rituals because his family had incurred the responsibility of doing these actions long before he was born. A terrible bondage indeed, but it is the common bondage of all human beings who inherit the culture of their ancestors. Every person has to repay his debt by transmitting the culture of the ancestors to his descendants. Indian social theory has made explicit the principle underlying the whole cultural process and then devoted all its philosophical thought to find out a way to perfect freedom. The philosophical urge towards asceticism and realization of complete freedom may be a reaction against the thousand chains by which the joint family and the kindred hold the individual in terrible imprisonment. Next is chapter 4, the kinship organization of the central zone, which we'll take up in the next video.